The TITLEIST Pro V1 has been regarded as the best golf ball on the market for more than 20 years. Every single other golf ball manufacturer have tried their best to topple the TITLEIST dominance, but have always fallen short. Is this the year that things can finally change? Introducing the brand new Callaway Chrome Tour. Now, Callaway have been making golf balls for a long time, but apparently none as good as the Pro V1. Maybe, finally, the Callaway Chrome Tour can topple the TITLEIST dominance. In today's video, I'm going to put both of these golf balls head to head to see which one comes out on top. I gather a lot of data for my golf ball reviews, and today's video is going to be no different. So by the end of this video, you'll know whether Callaway have finally made a golf ball that can compete with the Pro V1. Without further ado, let's get into it. Now I'm going to be doing this test with 4 different golf clubs. I want to see how these 2 golf balls perform with a 60-degree wedge, some full pitching wedges, some full 7-irons and some full-blown drivers. Which ball carries the furthest? Which ball has the most control? Which ball is the most consistent? Now I like to be comprehensive with my golf ball testing, so I'm going to hit 30 golf shots with each golf ball with each club. Which means I'm going to be hitting 240 shots today. A very thorough golf ball test. I've done a few golf ball tests like this on the channel, so make sure you have a little look to see those videos as well. Now, just like those other videos, I'm not going to bore you with every single shot from this test, so here's a little montage. Exclusive. Right, and guys, results are in. Have Callaway finally made a golf ball to rival the Pro V1? First club we're going to look at is the 60-degree lob wedge. Throughout the test, there was one controlling factor for each golf club, and that was club head speed. For the 60-degree lob wedge, the club head speed was 70 miles an hour. What that means is that the average club head speed throughout the whole test for the 60-degree wedge was 70 miles an hour. First number we're going to look at here is carry. So the Callaway was carrying at 76 yards compared to the TITLEIST at 75 yards. Not a massive difference here. I mean, they're both premium golf balls and we're not exactly swinging that hard, so I'm expecting these balls to carry a similar distance anyway. There is a bit of a difference in the spin though. So the Callaway was spinning at 8,721 compared to the TITLEIST at 8,525. Not a massive difference, but the Callaway's spin consistency was so much better than the Pro V1. The variation across the 30 shots with the Callaway golf ball was only 1,000. And that's not a lot of variation at all, compared to the TITLEIST that was varying around 2,000, just over 2,000. So that's the difference between the lower spinning and the higher spinning. So the consistency of the Callaway was way better. I decided to look at height with the lob wedge because I thought this was quite an interesting sort of result. The Callaway's height was 60 feet compared to the TITLEIST at 57, which means that the descent angle coming into the green was just 1 degree apart. So essentially the Callaway is landing softer with more spin. So there's a lot more control with the Callaway based on these results. When I say a lot more, we're talking a difference of 200 in the spin and 1 degree in the descent angle. I mean, it's not like it's a massive difference, but there is a bit of a difference. And that difference could mean a lot to some. Moving on to the pitch and wedge. These were full shots with the pitch and wedge, and the controlling club head speed was 81 miles per hour. Looking at slightly different numbers for the rest of the clubs now. So the first number here, we've got carry. Callaway was flying 134 yards in the air compared to the Titleist at 133 yards. The spin was very different here. So we've got the Callaway spinning at 6,735 compared to the Titleist at 7,759. 1,000 revs is a lot when it comes to spin, especially with the pitch and wedge. And to be honest with you, I would have been expecting a much bigger difference between the carries, considering the Callaway was spinning so much slower. Ball speed wise, we've got the Callaway at 101 miles per hour compared to the Titleist at 102, so not a massive difference there. Descent angle, there is another big difference again. So the Callaway is descending at 53 degrees compared to the Titleist at 50. So even though it's spinning less, it's landing softer on the green. So players might find that you still have a decent amount of control with the Callaway. But I think I'd prefer the Titleist in this category, to be honest with you, or with this club, because it's spinning a little bit more and it's not flying as high in the air. The reason why the descent angle is so much higher with the Callaway is because it's launching a lot higher than the Titleist, or it's peaking a lot higher than the Titleist. Moving on to the 7-iron next. 7-iron's a very interesting club with these two golf balls. A lot of differences in the results here. The controlling club head speed was 90 miles an hour. I don't really understand how two golf balls can be so different here. Starting with carry. So the Callaway was carrying at 177 yards compared to the Titleist at only 170. I say only, I mean, Titleist is probably carrying a little bit less than I normally would expect it, but the Callaway is carrying a lot further than I would expect. Spin wise, that's why this Callaway is carrying so much further. The spin is less. The Callaway was spinning at 4,725 compared to the Titleist at 5,415. Ball speed wise, the Callaway was at 120 compared to the Titleist at 118. And the descent angle is different as well. So we've got the Callaway descending at 48 degrees compared to the Titleist at 45 degrees. So it's a similar story to the pitch and wedge, to be honest with you. The Callaway spinning less, flying higher, and landing a little bit softer. How much rollout will you actually get on the greens with that lower spin? That's up for debate. When I was testing the Callaway on the golf course the other day, I wasn't seeing a huge amount of rollout, to be honest with you. And with those spin numbers, you'd expect it to roll out. But because it's landing at a steeper angle, that might be why we're not getting as much rollout. So horses for courses so far throughout this test. These golf balls are different. They're going to suit different people, which is why it's important to get a ball fitting. Finally, we're going to look at the driver results. The driver's controlling club head speed was 102 miles per hour. First thing we're going to look at is carry. So the Callaway was carrying at 251 yards compared to the Titleist at 249. No difference whatsoever there. Spin, no difference. 2,340 with the Callaway, 2,301 with the Titleist. Ball speed, no difference. We've got the Callaway at 148 compared to the Titleist at 149. And again, descent. This is where the only difference is with the driver. Descent angle with the Callaway was 44 compared to the Titleist at 41. Just means you're not going to get as much rollout. Across the whole test, the Callaway was flying higher than the Titleist. In some ways, that's a good thing because you're going to land softer coming into greens. In some ways, that's a bad thing. You're not going to get as much rollout with a driver, and your golf ball is going to be affected by the wind more. But if you're someone that struggles to get the golf ball in the air, or you feel like you spin the golf ball too much, then this Callaway Chrome Tour might be the golf ball for you. But here's my conclusion. Have Callaway actually made a golf ball that can compete or even beat the Pro V1? Yes and no. I don't want to be like sitting on the fence here, but it is a two-part answer. Yes, they've made a golf ball that can compete with the Pro V1. They've always made a golf ball that can compete. But for once, this golf ball is different to the Pro V1. It's made better because it's more consistent. The spin consistency throughout the test was better than the Titleist. But if you're already used to playing with the Pro V1 and you love playing with the Pro V1, this Callaway Chrome Tour isn't going to turn your head. The two golf balls are different and they suit different players. And Callaway are good like this. Callaway provide a menu of golf balls that suit different people. And all three of their golf balls, the Chrome Soft, the Chrome Tour and the Chrome Tour X all suit different golfers, and they are all different. But in this test, I was trying to compare apples with apples, and they weren't really. I think I was comparing a cooking apple with a Granny Smith. A good golf ball, maybe even a great golf ball, but probably not the perfect all-rounder like the TITLEIST Pro V1 is. But that's just my opinion. You have to try these golf balls yourself. Formulate your own opinions, go and get fitted, ask your local PGA pro. Personally, I'm going to give the Callaway another go on the golf course just to see what it's like on the course again. But yeah, for now, I'm probably sticking with my Strixon XV. So that's the end of the test and the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful and informative. If you are enjoying the content on this channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm on a mission to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm halfway there, and I just need that little bit of help from you watching. So if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you've got any other golf balls you want me to review or test, write a comment below and let me know which ball you want to see tested here in the studio. But for now, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.